Good morning to all esteemed speakers and veteran authors and academies. Welcome to the fourth International Conference on Computation, Automation, and Knowledge Management. So first, let me introduce you to our team. My name is Utsav Bindua along with Anshuman Jason. We are the coordinators for this research track number 2. Dear authors, before starting this session, allow me to share the objectives of this conference. The objective of the conference is to address the most essential issues of engineering, technology, computation, automation, and knowledge management. It also serves to foster communication among researchers and practitioners working in a wide variety of scientific areas with a common interest in improving of engineering, technology, and knowledge management, related tools and techniques. It aims to bring the academies and practitioners to jointly discuss and deliberate through their plenary talks and paper presentations on the theme engineering, information technology, operations, and knowledge management. The conference will provide a common platform to foster research relations between the universities and the industry. The vision of the conference is to bring together technology experts in one venue, not only to present breakthrough research in computation and automation application, but also to promote practically and applications in interdisciplinary exchange of ideas. So now I would like to introduce to our session chairs, Dr. P. Williams, sir. Dr. P. Williams, sir, is working as Dean Research and Development. Uh, Dr. P. Williams, sir, are you there?
Yes, I am here, sir.
Okay, welcome to MIT University, sir. So he's Dr. P. Williams, sir. Dr. P. Williams, sir, is working as Dean Research and Development and Assistant Professor in the Department of Information Technology, Sanjeevani College of Engineering, SPPU, Pune. He received his Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science and Engineering from CSVTU Bhilai and Master of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, CSVTU Bhilai. He completed his PhD in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering from School of Engineering and Information Technology, MATS University, Raipur. He has published 100 plus papers in Scopus indexed journals and IEEE conferences. He has many patents published with grants in his credit. He has authored 5 plus books with renowned publishers of global recognition. His field of research includes natural language processing, artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, soft computing, cyber security, and cloud computing. He has been associated with numerous multinational companies, including IBM, TCS, and educational groups. A focused and hardworking professional with experience of consulting in research, innovation, and development, served as session chair and keynote speaker in multiple international conferences, appointed as reviewer in reputed Scopus WAS indexed journals, served as a chairperson and auditor in multiple committees of national recognition. He is a member of Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers, IEEE, Quality Circle Forum of India, Life Circle of Indian Society for Technical Education, and member various other professional bodies.
Now, our second session chair, Dr. Pradeep Verma, sir. Dr. Pradeep Verma is a PhD in Computer Science and MCA and IMS Ghaziabad. He comes with this experience of 20 plus years in academic, and his areas of expertise include information technology, business analytics, and operations. He is currently serving Amity University, Noida as an associate professor in AIBS in area technology and business analytics. He's an avid learner who believes in keeping self-knowledge abreast with changing technology and aim higher. Dr. Verma holds multiple certification forms from IITs in fields of business analytics, machine learning, and IT domain. Certifications on blockchain technology, business statistics, and data analytics using Python are a few of the recent additions to his list. He has published several research papers in with international journals of repute in conference proceedings. He also holds a patent to his name. Prior to joining Amity University, he was associated with GNIOT, uh, Suite Group of Institutions, IILM and CET, Greater Noida, and IDEA Institute and Technology, Ghaziabad.
So we are welcoming our session chairs in this conference, Dr.
Thank
P.
you.
William sir and Dr. Pradeep Verma sir. So before the presentation, I would like to give a brief guidelines. Dear authors, we respect your presentation. However, we will strictly follow the timeline of 10 minutes, in which you will mainly include the objectives of the study, research methodology, data analysis, and conclusion. Best author will be declared in valedictory session. So here we are starting this conference.
Welcome, Dr. William.
Thank
Welcome
you,
to
sir.
this
Thank you.
conference.
Good morning, sir.
With your due permission, can we start this session?
Yes, yes, we can go ahead with the same, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.
Now, I would like to call the first presenter with paper ID 61 with the paper title The Emergence of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning in Contemporary Business Management. May I have the presenter? I repeat, is the presenter of paper ID 61 and paper title The Emergence of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning in Contemporary Business Management available right now? It seems he's not at the call. So I would like to call the next presenter with the paper ID 76. The paper title Sustainable Climatic Metrics Determination with Assembly Predictive Analytics. Uh, may I have the presenter?
Yes, sir. Sir, I am here, but my co-author is now in the meeting guest list. So please accept his request to enter the meeting.
Yeah, 1 second. So are you able to present right now?
Yes, sir. I am able to present. Sir, can the author present?
Okay. Yeah, you can present.
Okay, sir. Sir, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is.
Sir, it's paper ID 76. Good evening,
Presentation.
everyone present over here. I'm Ashish Patnaik and I'm here with my teammate Kanhya Kunj. So my paper's topic is Sustainable Climate Factors Determination with Ensemble Predictive Analysis. Sustainability depends upon some major climate factors which play a major role in ensuring and assuring that sustainability would be maintained if the range of safe values of parameters are maintained. And climate change significantly has an impact on the environment as well as the human health. So it requires continuous evaluating. So to check the contributing factors to promote sustainability, we perform this study. The climate parameters which are most influential in affecting the sustainability can be identified by using machine learning techniques.
Sir, बोलिए ना, sir.
The contents of the paper and the impact of climate change, it can be defined as the climate change has a significant impact on both the environment and human health. Continuous evaluation is essential to understand and monitor the contributing factors of climate change. We utilize machine learning techniques like linear regression and random forest. And random forest is found to be better version because the R2 square value of random forest is found to be 0.86, whereas linear regression is found to be 0.82. The key parameters are being studied, and examples of influence of key parameters like instances of frequent and intense heat waves, a decrease in cold-related fatalities, a rise in instances of floods and droughts, and alterations in the spread of diseases carried by vectors and mosquitoes. Climate change influences the likelihood of disasters and malnutrition, underscoring the need for a comprehensive approach to sustainability. Next, we are to the problem statement, the context. Sustainability is contingent on specific climate factors crucial for maintaining equilibrium. The objective also assesses the role of major climate factors in ensuring sustainability within defined parameter values. The methodology followed implements machine learning models like linear regression and random forest. The accuracy is found by F1 score and R2 square, but we consider here the R2 square value. The R2 square value considers the line from the regression line and the mean line. Then we found out the variance to be 1 minus SSR by 1 minus SSM. like the sum of subsequent regression line divided by sum of subsequent mean line, 1 minus the subsequent regression line by divided by subsequent sum of the mean line. So it's found to be in linear regression 0.82, and in random regression it's found to be 0.86. So 0.86 is better, and thus we follow the principle of the better one, the good. So random forest is the best one from this model. Data source, it is the data source for Delhi spanning from 1971 to 2020. The 50 years data set was
Excuse me,
collected.
your slide is not supporting that. It's required for the simulation. That means we are able to see this only a problem statement.
Okay, sir. So now can you see?
Next.
So problem statement is identified, and we found the data from Indian Meteorological Department. We identify key climate factors, determining the major climate factors. We determine it, and then using linear regression and others, we thus found out that how the dependency varies. So 45% of the temperature is determined, and so the variance also is that 48% of the dependence is on temperature, and 30% is on atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration, 10% on precipitation, 15% on wind speed. We access the machine learning model, then we quantify the impact of temperature and CO2 concentration utilizing the Delhi climate data. Next is we predict the extreme weather conditions supporting the literature review. So by considering and reading out some literatures, we found out that prediction of extreme weather events using machine learning had been done to predict floods and droughts by Kannimoli, Salvi, and Somya, who proposed a machine learning model for extreme weather predictions. The findings were how can we forecast extreme weather events, and similarly prediction of extreme rainfall was done by Nayak and Bose, which introduces SVM for extreme rainfall prediction, an application of data mining techniques to analyze weather data in Basra city, which was connected by Satya Prasad and Salwa Nazares using data mining for weather analysis. Early prediction of extreme rainfall events, a deep learning approach, which was implemented by Gop, Sarkar, Mitra, and Bose, introduces a DBN for early rainfall predictions. Moving on next, methodology. The methodology follows data pre-processing, clean and pre-process the collected climate data. We ensure that the errors or the data which are vacant, we should not consider that. And by cleaning and pre-processing the data, the climate data ensuring consistency and normalizing units are considered. Model selection. Utilizing linear regression to predict the sustainability index, evaluating the R2 score. Random forest also implements the random forest model by training and testing. 70% of the data is trained and 30% is tested. And thus, by implementing random forest, the climate factor tracking was done. And random forest is best suited for non-linear data points, and it's best suitable for this scenario. Sustainability score was calculated. 0.5 was the sustainability score for a better version. And the scenario, if considering the scenario, if the sustainability score is calculated in such a manner that SS, that is sustainability score, equals to 45% of the temperature plus 30% of the atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration plus 10% of the precipitation and then 15% of the wind speed. Thus, it was calculated. And when we consider the 50 years value of Delhi, the 50 years value was normalized, and thus the sustainability score was calculated. 0.5 was the minimum amount in between 0.5 to 0 that is considered as unsustainable. Above 0.5 was considered as sustainable scenario. The model comparison was done on the basis of accuracy, which is determined by the R2 score. Random forest superior accuracy with R2 score of 0.86. Data preparation. Now I had told about the normalization, that is normalization done on the basis of 50 years data of Delhi. So to consider 50 years data, we have normalized the data and the temperature for January. Considering the 50 years data, the temperature is 13.9 normalized value, February 17.6. And considering the normalized value, the formula is value minus mean value divided by max value minus mean value. So here for an example for temperature, how 13.1 was considered, the minimum value was 13.9, and thus the value minus mean value divided by max value by mean value, the formula is implemented, and thus for every other parameters, it was also implemented, and thus the data preparation was done. Then implementation results. Linear regression model was plotted with respect to the sustainability index and the month, and thus we found out the which month is sustainable. 0.5 is the minimum, the average case, and above 0.5 is considered as the best case, and below 0.5 is considered as the worst case. A linear regression shows a linear relationship between two dependent and the independent variable. Y is the dependent variable and X is the independent variable. So likewise, we go on, and random forest plotted with respect to the atmospheric pressure and corresponding month with the CO2 concentration. Moving on next, the benefits and constraints for this project. The benefits and constraints include improved accuracy. Random forest outperforms linear regression with a R2 score, that is R square mean value, that is the constant determination value of 0.86. Comprehensive insights. Sustainability scores calculated using weighted climate factors, often nuanced, understanding flexible model. Random forest captures non-linear interactions in data, enhancing performance. Random forest trains 70% of the data and 30% of the data is tested and thus is found to be the best for fit for the scenario. Constraints. The computational cost. Random forest can be more resource intensive and it may consume more time, efforts, and the computational ability. So the computational cost in case of random forest is higher. It may be resource intensive than linear regression. Interpretability. Random forest models are less interpretable than linear
I'm so
regression.
sorry for disturbing in the middle, sir, but as we have fixed time for everyone, you just have 2 minutes left. Please wind up fast.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Constraints, the interpretability, random forests are less interpretable than linear regression. Applicability, linear regression may be more suitable for linear relationships than for smaller data sets. In conclusion, I would like to say that in conclusion, the random forest model is superior to the linear regression model in terms of how it fits the data as seen by the R squared value. But before making a final selection on the scenario, considering the scenario and the data we require, we analyze the method and machine learning models can be applied to forecast the sustainability of a specific area by taking into account numerous factors that have an impact on it. The method is therefore useful for predicting the persistence of climate conditions throughout a region. The method's ability to consider numerous factors makes it useful for forecasting and understanding the sustainability of climate conditions in specific geographic areas. That's all. Now it's the references from MDPI, Spectrum IEEE, then Wikipedia was also used, and then MOSM, IMD, Indian Meteorological Department for the data sets. And IEEE Explore was also used to consider the literature review. And thank you all for your patient hearing.
Thank you, sir, for the amazing presentation. I would request the session chairs to ask questions, if any, and concluding with the marking the judgment sheet.
Ashish,
Yes, sir.
how are you, Ashish?
I'm fine, sir.
Great. So just wanted to ask you from where you have gathered the data set.
Sir, the data set was gathered from the IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department, and the Pollution Control Board of India. So the data set is calculated for across 1971 to 2020. Sir, the huge data set was very huge, and so how to consider that? So to get one value for 50 years, we have 50 values. So to get one value, we have to normalize that. So we have normalized the value, and the values such as temperature for January, it is considered as 13.9. Sir, likewise, we have considered that, and 70% of the data is trained and 30% tested.
So it's like, have you implemented this
Yes, sir. So I have
model?
implemented. Yes,
Where,
sir.
where you have implemented this?
Sir, I implemented this on this Delhi data, and then I have considered some data of today's scenario, like
No,
some
Ashish, which platform you have used to implement?
the Jupyter notebook. I have used Jupyter notebook.
Okay, okay. So can you get into the slide of like data pre-processing?
Yes, sir.
You have shown me the methodology part, right? You did some kind of data pre-processing and all.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So like how you did the data preparation and data pre-processing part?
Sir, about the data preparation, sir, we first collected the data from Delhi and then we normalized the temperature. Sir, normalization value was also said because normalization value is the value that is temperature which is to be predicted minus then the minimum value divided by max value minus the minimum value. So for the Delhi, for considering 13.9 being the minimum value, so temperature minus 13.9 divided by 33.3, that is the max value. The max temperature for Delhi in January is 33.3 minus 13.9. So it was found that then we normalize that and then the prediction is done. So considering that the data is found to be 0.0, then 0.28 and likewise it was found. And some cases it was found the accuracy to be 0.28, that is 28%, and in some cases 60%, and some cases 97%. So that's how we prepare the data. And the preparation is done, sir, by dividing the normalization value and considering the normalization value for all the cases and scenarios.
So specifically, I see that you have used here random forest model. So why so? Did you compare it with any other algorithms as well?
Yes, sir. Sir, I compared it with the linear regression model. So linear regression model is actually best fit for the dependency of relationship between two factors or less factors which are linear, but
Okay.
non-factors involve random forest, which trains 70% of the data and then 30% of the data is tested. And so it's kind of future proof. So in future, we can predict it using random forest. So the scenario is different. So we use random forest. But when we require a linear graph, then random forest is not used. Suppose in this case, atmospheric carbon dioxide concentration and temperature are the factors which involve temperature is kind of 45%, which is dependent on sustainability, and carbon dioxide concentration is 30%. So, sir, that implements that it has a huge weight on the sustainability score. So we have to consider that. So in this case, linear regression would not be the beneficial for detecting the climate sustainability. So that's why we use random forest.
Fine, fine, good. Thank you. Good presentation, Ashish. Thank you. Superb.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
That was an amazing presentation. So we are moving to our next present.
For the next, now I'd like to call the next presenter with the paper ID 77, and the paper title Design and Implementation of Optimized Mass RCNN Model for Liver Tumor Prediction and Segmentation.
Hello, am I audible? Yeah, I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, you're audible.
Is the present
Yes, your screen is visible. Please start presentation.
So, very good morning, one and all present. So, today I will be presenting my paper, Design and Implementation of an Optimized Mass Gaussian Model for Liver Tumor Prediction and Segmentation. So, to begin with, in the ever-evolving landscape of healthcare, our focus today is on the revolutionary approach to liver tumor prediction, and which is the integration of mass Gaussian. So liver tumor poses a significant health challenge worldwide, with their detection and accurate diagnosis being a crucial for timely and effective medical intervention. So imagine a world where detection of liver tumors is as easy as pointing a camera. That's the promise of mass carcinoma, a powerful AI tool that's revolutionizing the liver cancer diagnosis. Traditionally speaking, spotting these diseases were very difficult and relying on trained eyes and slow scans. But with the mass carcinoma, we are entering a new era of early detection, where AI pinpoints tumors and pinpoint the accuracy very carefully. So our research objective is very clear. It is to develop a robust and automated system using mass CNN to detect and segment liver tumors in medical images with exceptional accuracy, paving the way for earlier diagnosis and improved patient outcomes. Our focus is on leveraging the advanced computer vision techniques to improve the efficiency and precision of liver tumor identification in medical images. So by achieving this mass CNN, we achieve to aim early human detection, reducing human error, streamline clinical workflow, and improve treatment time. Now coming to the proposed methodology. Our proposed methodology consists of basically four steps, that is gathering data, pre-processing the data, training and testing, and finally evaluation of matrices. Now coming to the model architecture of mass CNN. This is the proposed model of mass CNN architecture. Let me explain a little bit of our model architecture. So to begin with, our mass Gaussian consists of a backbone. The backbone network serves as the feature extractor and is typically a deep convolution neural network. In the proposed research, the backbone we have used is of ResNet 50, which implies a residual network of 50 layers. In the proposed result, we have enhanced the existing ResNet structure, basically to enhance the accuracy of the model. So, which the enhanced ResNet structure gives some benefits over the traditional one. When we adjust the layers in the residual branch of the enhanced ResNet, it brings two main advantages. First, it ensures that the process of back propagation meets the certain criteria, making the learning process more effective. Apart from that, second is the batch normalization. we use the batch normalization as a pre-activation layer, which means that it is acting before the main pre-processing steps. It helps keep things in order and prevents the neural network from being too specified. This ensures that our model not only learns well from the training data, but also performs well on the unseen data. Now, RPN. RPN is the region proposal network. The RPN operates in parallel with the backbone network and is responsible for proposing the candidate. Uh, Apart from that, next we'll be coming to RY, region of interest. The region of interest aligned refers to a specific area within an image that is considered relevant and worthy of further analysis. In the context of mask RCN, ROI is crucial step in object detection and segmentation pipeline. Basically ensures that the abstraction of features from each region proposal contributing to better localization, accuracy, and segmentation performance. And finally, the segmentation model. This is the final stage of the mask RCNN, where the model predicts the segmentation mask for each object. As with ROI, the extracted features from the ROI are fed into the segmentation branch of the network. It's a pixel level output basically, which distinguishes the mask RCNN from other object detection models and allows the precise identification for individual objects. Now, coming to the result analysis part, our mask RCNN model delivered impressive results, surpassing the expectation in its ability to detect and segment tumors with remarkable accuracy. Our journey doesn't end here. We are also committed to continuously refining our model and pushing the boundaries of AI through AI-powered cancer detection. Now, coming to the conclusion. In conclusion, the mask RCNN architecture stands as a remarkable advantage in the computer vision area, particularly in the domain of tumor detection with medical imaging. Mask RCNN excels in proving high precision when it comes to localizing tumors within medical image. The segmentation mask generated by the model offers a detailed information about the boundaries of each detected tumor, aiding in accurate diagnosis. So, to conclude, I would say that we continue to explore the intersection of artificial intelligence and healthcare. Mask RCNN offers a robust solution and early and accurate tumor detection. And this is the references that we have used throughout the paper.
Thank you, sir, for this amazing presentation. Now I would request the second chairs to ask questions, if any.
Bro, will you please get into the literature review session?
Literature review?
Yes.
We have research objective and proposed methodology.
So again, my question is, how you got the, how you have taken an objective without doing a literature survey?
Literature survey, we have proposed the literature survey in the paper, but we have not presented in the presentation currently.
Okay, so this is something like I request you in every presentation, if you're doing a paper presentation kind of, I want you to mention a like a literature survey, that will help a session chair, or that will help an expert to understand what kind of work has been already done in your relevant field. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So, like proposed methodology, can you explain me the working of your entire model? How your model is working?
So basically, as I said, we have basically in 4 weeks, mask RCNN basically has 4 main steps through which the image processing does. To begin with, it has a backbone. The image, whenever the image goes through it, it goes to the backbone, and it has a basically ResNet 50 structure. After the backbone, it goes to the region proposal network. The RPN operates with the parallel backbone network, and whenever the image comes in, it is responsible for like proposing the candidate region of the input image that may contain objects. Like for example, there is an image and there might contain many objects. So it would probably focus on the area where the possible tumor contains. The next step would be the ROI align. After the RPN has done its object identification, the next would be of ROI. After ROI, it basically takes the region that has been proposed by the RPN, and it tries to extract the layer or the feature that is proposed from the region proposed from the RPN. And it basically creates a feature size map to allocate it. And finally, after the ROI have been done, the final part is of the segmentation of the mask. It creates a segmentation mask of the tumor inside the particular image.
So have you checked the efficiency of your model?
Yeah, we have checked the efficiency. Like we had divided the data.
Can you show can you show it in results? Have you plotted any graph or something?
No, graph we have not like mentioned it in the PPT as I said. Like, but here is kind of result that we have tried to get it from the result.
Can you show me once?
Can you see this image? This image, and another is this one.
Okay, okay. Fine, thank you, Dayal. But like, I'll suggest like if you will represent the result and analysis in terms of graphs, then it will be easy for others to understand. Even you can
Yeah,
catch up it easily.
I get it what you're saying.
Fine, fine. Thank you. Thank you. Good presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Now I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 78 and paper title Examining the Effectiveness of Mean Variance Approach of Prospective Analytics in Redesigning the Purposeful Designed Equity Portfolio, a study from Indian capital markets.
Excuse me, Anshuman. I would like to make one highlight that my paper ID is 61 and I'm ready in this presentation. So please count me in afterwards.
Okay. You able to do your presentation later. Right
Okay,
now, is the presenter available for the paper ID 78? Examining the effectiveness of mean variance approach of prospective analytics in redesigning the purposeful designed equity portfolio, a study from Indian capital markets. Dr. Gaurav Nagpal, I saw you in the meeting. Okay. So now I'd like to call the next presenter with the paper ID 79 and the paper title, The Kingship Verification in Childhood Images Using Vision Transformers. Okay, I would like to call the paper ID 61. Paper ID 61, The Emergence of Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning in Contemporary Business Management. Please.
yes, Anshuman. Okay, I'll just share my screen just once. I hope my screen is visible now.
Yes.
Okay, one second. Yes, so my paper ID is 61, and the topic of my paper is the emergence of artificial intelligence and machine learning and contemporary business management. Now let us go through the benefits of AI in HR. So what does it help in basically in contemporary business management? It helps in increasing efficiency, also helps in improving decision making. I would like to give an example for decision making. Nowadays, we all know that for resume classification or for resume selection of employees, nowadays there is an ML or AI model being deployed, which actually goes through bag of words, and then it actually finds the required skills which has been required for the job, and through that the resumes have been shortlisted, and thus the workload has been reduced, and also the number of intermediate people has been removed from the process, which helps in making time efficient and also helps in improve decision making. So that was an example for decision making. The coming to our next points, enhance improved experience, also reduced bias and discrimination. So no discrimination is been taken, since no human has been included in this procedure. So there is no chance for any discrimination that this is from this college, any kind of discrimination which we see nowadays. Last point is streamlined recruitment process. So as I've mentioned, in recruitment process, resumes are being selected and shortlisted. So that is being streamlined and followed. Now coming towards the digital technology in HR. So there are digital platforms. What are digital platforms? They are used in HR to streamline process such as recruitment, onboarding, and performance management. Coming towards software, HR software is used to tasks like payroll management, benefits, administration, employee data management. Tools for HR process are digital tool, AI-powered chatbots, also what we say machine learning algorithms, which helps in pictorial analysis of any kind of resume. Now, what employee engagement and retention does. So, first of all, as you can see in this image, importance of employee engagement. So, our system or our approach, our idea helps in employee engagement in crucial for successful HR management strategy. Through our system, the employee can actually interact with HR and also get other important related details through which our system can benefit him. Benefits of employee are retention employment, and retention leads to more stable and productive workforce, as we all know. Then importance of data analysis. So what is the importance of data analysis in a project? It plays a crucial role in HR management by providing valuable insights and enabling data-driven decision making. What is AI data assisted means, also there is a idea for AI assistance, which the AI technology can assist in analyzing HR data, uncovering patterns, and generating actionable insights for improved HR management. Now, conclusion, what we are actually concluding is the key points included in our project is that the role of AI and digital technology in streamline HR process. It also benefits in automation and data-driven decision making for HR management, like selection of employees and going through the streamlined flow of selection through job. After that, the potential impact of the talent acquisition, employee engagement, and organizational performance. So, in conclusion, the use of AI and digital technology has a potential revolutionize HR management, and by automating all this process, the efficiency and decision-making process been enhanced, and this can lead to better talent acquisition and employee engagement. That's all.
Thank you for the amazing presentation. I would request the session chairs to ask questions if any.
Aditya, as I see that your presentation is more of theoretical. So,
Yes, sir.
did you like deployed it, or else did you did any kind of implementation, or else any kind of survey?
Sir, what we actually did that we went through various kinds of paper published by IEEE and other sources.
Okay.
So through that, yes, sir. So through that paper, we actually have gone through various kinds of processes, like going through NLP, which is natural language processing. And there is one method called bag of words. So our approach is to automate the selection of employees. So we can use bag of words. Now, what bag of words does is we can actually specify the required skills for the resume. Now, those skills have been mentioned in bag of words. Now, after classification of resumes, we can actually select those words, and selection process can be made easy, and thus employee engagement can be done more easily. So that is the thing.
So fine, good, Aditya. But like what I recommend is if you'll be having any kind of flow chart or any figures, it will be easy for the person at the other side to understand the process. Instead
Right,
of
sir.
keeping the things more into theoretical way, I'll suggest in any presentation, if you will go, keep it in a flow chart and throw your lights on what kind of technology you are using and how you are implementing it.
Definitely, sir. I'll keep
Where
this point in mind.
experts can give their expertise, give their insights, and what best can be done. So it's
Right,
fine.
sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, now I'd like to call our next presenter with
Anshuman sir, like your voice is not audible.
Oh,
sorry.
I'm so sorry.
I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 78 and paper title Examining the Effectiveness of Mean Variance Approach of Perspective Analytics in Redesigning the Purposeful Design Equity Portfolio, a study from Indian capital markets. Is the presenter available? I repeat, paper ID 78, the effectiveness of mean variance and perspective analytics in redesigning the purposeful design for equity portfolio study from Indian capital markets. Okay, so I would like to move to the next.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah,
Yes, you are audible.
I believe.
Sorry, sir, but your voice is not clear.
you able to hear now?
There is some internet issue from your side, sir. So we are not able to hear you clearly. In the meanwhile, I request you please rotate to the next presenter so that and identify with their paper ID number first.
Now I would like to call the paper ID 95, Transformative Dynamics, Unveiling the Influence of Artificial Intelligence, Cybersecurity, and Advanced Technology in Bitcoin. Paper ID 95. Okay, so I'll go to the next presenter with paper ID 79, with the paper title Kingship Verification in Childhood Images Using Vision Transformers. Is the presenter available? I repeat, paper ID 79, the Kingship Verification in Childhood Images Using Vision Transformation. Okay, I'd like to go to the next paper ID 87, the application of deep learning techniques in stock market forecasting and bibliometric analysis. I repeat, paper ID 87, application of deep learning techniques in stock market forecasting and bibliometric analysis. Okay, I'll move to the next paper ID then. Paper ID 89, information centric catching solution for vehicular network survey. I repeat, paper ID 89, information.
Hello.
Yes.
Sir, currently I'm facing some internet issue. Paper ID 89. Can I present after one paper, sir?
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So I would like to call the next paper ID 49, neighborhood segmentation and clustering using chemoid algorithms and location-based social networks. Paper ID 49. I repeat, paper ID 49, the neighborhood segmentation and clustering using chemoid algorithm and location-based social network. Okay. Okay, I'll call paper ID 94. Is paper ID 94 available? Paper ID.
Yeah, ID 94 is available, but I'm also facing some issue right now. So please give me some time to present it afterwards.
Paper ID 95. Is paper ID 95 available? Paper ID 95, I repeat. I would like to call paper ID 96. Paper ID 96. Is paper ID 96 available? Okay. I would like to call paper ID 97.
Anshuman, are you able to hear me now?
Yeah, I will able to hear you clearly.
Actually, this is Dr. Nikhil here, and I am actually given an opportunity to for the session chair. So can you just let me? This is the session that I am the chair, or is it some other session? I've got two links actually.
Yeah, so this is, I think, the another session. You will be the session chair. You are not a session chair in this session, sir.
Okay.
I believe, sir, you are in track number
Actually, there is a confusion
6.
in time with me because I'm from India. It is in track 6, so it starts at what time? Can you just let me know time? There is a confusion on time, basically. It starts after how much time? If you can tell me for IST.
2:30 p.m.
I'm unable to
Indian
hear you.
West.
Pardon
2:30
me,
p.m.
sir?
Sir. Nikhil, sir, it's 2:30. 2:30.
Right. Thank you. sir. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much for
Thank you.
bothering you, sir. I'm so
Okay.
sorry to disturb you in this. Thank you.
It's
No, no, it's
fine.
okay. That's
Thank
fine,
you.
sir.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, I repeat, is paper ID 101 available? Paper ID 101.
Good morning. Sorry to interrupt. Actually my paper ID was 78.
Yeah, sir, I
Uh,
called. So are you available to present right now?
yeah, I can. Yes,
Yes, sir. You
yes.
can start your presentation then.
Okay, sure. Okay, so let me share my screen. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible and you're audible.
Okay, fine. Thank you. Okay, all right. So, thank you for giving me the privilege to present the paper here. So, I am Dr. Gaurav Nagpal. I'm assistant professor at BITS Pilani. So, the India kind from India. So, this is actually paper number 78 that we had submitted to MIT University, Dubai. So the work has been done with one of my students who has already graduated out. So the work is on examining the effectiveness of mean variance approach of prescriptive analytics in redesigning the purposefully designed equity portfolios. Okay, so basically, I'll talk to you about the background. So what happens like when we invest in equity? Ah, so different clients have different expectations. So what happens is that risk and return, both of them go opposite to each other. But the investors, any rational investor wants more return, but less risk. Okay. So when we say return is basically the appreciation in the stock prices, whereas the risk is the volatility. Risk is represented by the volatility of the stock prices. So what happens is there is an approach called Markovitz approach for optimization of portfolio, using which we can design the optimal
Sorry, sir.
process. Okay, Zygovics approach. The first algorithm, yeah. Am I audible?
Yes, sir. Now you're audible.
Okay. So there are three algorithms. First algorithm is, suppose a risk averse investor comes who says, I cannot take risk more than X. So can you develop a portfolio for me which gives the maximum return while keeping the risk within these limits? So that is one algorithm. The second algorithm is, an investor may say that I do not have a risk appetite, means I do not have a risk limit, but I want that my return should be at least Y percentage. So can you design for me a portfolio which has the minimum possible risk, given that it gives a return of at least 10%. And then there can be third kind of algorithm which can give us the, you can say, maximum amount of Sharpe ratio. Sharpe ratio means return per unit risk. Maximize the return per unit risk. So these types of three algorithms have been widely used in the industry. So now this paper is basically saying that if we are devising a portfolio on the basis of these approaches, then does it make sense to revisit that portfolio at a regular frequency, or one can just design a portfolio and stay passive? That is the basically comparison. So what was done is that there was a portfolio which was created at the end of December 2016 on the basis of previous 5 years of historical data. Okay. And it was seen that if no changes are made to that portfolio, then what would be the return at the end of December 2020? Okay, that is 4 years. What would be the return if there was no change to that portfolio? And the second thing, so this portfolio, which remained stagnant during the 4 years with no revisits to that, versus a portfolio which was created in January 2017 and then revisited every quarter, that is every 3 months, the changes were made to that portfolio, to reflect the contemporary happenings. So we wanted to check whether there is a significant benefit of revising the portfolio every quarter or not. Okay, that is basically what it is. So what was done is, at the beginning of January 2017, a portfolio was created out of 1 lakh rupees. Okay. And then, means not physical, you can say virtually a portfolio was created. So it was observed that if no quarterly redesigning is done, then what would be the value of portfolio at the end of 4 years? And if quarterly redesigning is done, then what would be the value of portfolio at the end of 4 years? So it was found that quarterly redesigning helps in achieving better returns as compared to a portfolio which is kept stagnant. So basically it is active investing versus passive investing. That is basically what this is about. So although there are a lot of works in the past about active investing versus passive investing, but none of them have considered the you can say Markowitz portfolio optimization approach for redesign of portfolios. That is basically the novelty of this paper. So, and then the hypothesis testing was also done to check whether there is a significant improvement in the returns for the portfolio that is redesigned every quarter, and the p-value was found to be less than 0.05, which means yes, redesigning the portfolio does help in improving the returns. That is basically what this paper proves. So, but then again, it depends upon, I would say, although there is a, you can say, benefit of, active investing, that is redesigning your portfolio in the market every month, at a regular frequency. But then obviously there is a cost associated with it, because if I have to revisit my portfolio every 3 months, I have to do that calculations again. I have to extract the data again, work on it. And not every investor in the market, has that kind of sophistication, or has that kind of bandwidth, or has that kind of time and energy to revisit the portfolio regularly. So, for example, if someone is, there is a cost of time also. If you have to spend, like, say, 4 hours every quarter to revisit your portfolio, so there is a cost of those 4 hours also, opportunity cost of those 4 hours. So that means that whether there is a benefit or not actually has a little bit of subjectivity attached to it, depending upon whether someone is a
I'm so sorry for disturbing you in the middle, sir, but we have enough time for everyone. You still have 2 minutes left. Please bind up fast.
Sure. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that ultimately, whether it makes sense to revisit your portfolio or not, is a little subjective decision. So someone whose primary occupation is not trading, so and maybe that person is very much busy with day-to-day life, because that person is not an active trader. So it may make sense for that person to maybe stay as a passive investor. But then maybe the investors who have the bandwidth, and who have the sophistication to revisit their portfolios regularly, for them it may make sense. And also, the good thing is that you can say that the market efficiency delivers. So market efficiency is a concept which says that it is impossible to generate abnormal returns from the equity market by regularly revisiting your portfolio. So means by switching from one stock to another. So if we consider the cost of switching, then the difference between the returns of the revised portfolio and the constant portfolio is further reduced. So maybe that can be the further future direction. That is, if we may also consider the cost of switching, and in that cost of switching, we may also need to identify, the cost of time and energy required to revisit the portfolio for every investor. So maybe that can also help us in making more sound decisions whether to go as an active investor or a passive investor. Yeah. So I have kept the mathematical model out of it because that model itself doesn't have a novelty associated with it. The model is already given by Markowitz. So that is why I did not share the model details here in the paper.
Gaurav sir, it was a very nice presentation.
Thank you.
And I highly appreciate the kind of explanation what you have given from the scratch, I must say.
Okay.
But in the entire presentation, I was looking for the kind of novelty which you will be talking about. But at the end, even you said that that was already an existing model, right?
So model was already existing. So novelty is basically not in the model. Novelty is in the usage of the model. So like when we talk whether it makes sense to be an active investor in the market or passive investor in the market.
Okay.
So no studies in the past have used Markowitz optimization model to revisit, means to redesign the portfolio. So what I'm saying is, if I use Markowitz optimization model to redesign my portfolio every quarter, does it result to significant increase in the returns or not?
Okay. So coming down to this model, like what about the optimization concept, sir? How it works actually? Like out of curiosity, I wanted to ask because, as I'm completely from CSE background, so just wanted to know like how this optimization works.
Sure. So it's a non-linear optimization, actually. Okay. So see, you would have heard that risk and return go opposite to each other. Right? But then there is a very important concept called diversification. So if we create a portfolio which is highly diversified, then we can increase our return without increasing the risk.
Okay.
Or maybe even while decreasing the risk. Because if we invest in the stocks that whose returns are highly negatively correlated with each other, maybe there are two sectors which go opposite to each other. And if we take the stocks from different sectors, then not all of them will go positive at the same time. Not all of them will go negative at the same time. So we will be able to increase our returns without increasing the risk or even while decreasing the risk. So this is the logic which Markowitz model uses. So we have a very simple formula that is basically the mean return, the expected return on the portfolio is WARA plus WBRB plus so on, where W are the weightages of different stocks and RA, RB, RC are the expected returns on different stocks. And then the variance of because variance is also important, which is the square of the standard deviation that represents the risk, right? So the variance of the portfolio is WA square sigma A square plus WB square sigma B square plus 2 into WA WB into sigma A sigma B into correlation coefficient between RA and RB. So when I say that correlation coefficient between the returns on two stocks, So if I take two stocks in my portfolio between which the correlation coefficient is -1, then I can reduce the risk of the portfolio while increasing the risk. So that means, while increasing the return. So my return will increase and risk will decrease. Both things can happen simultaneously, but only up till a particular point, till the time that diversification can allow me. So that is basically that. No, so there is something called capital market line. And there is something called efficient frontier. So if I select the stocks on the efficient
Excuse me,
frontier,
sir. Sorry, I interrupt you, but due to the limitation of time, it's yes, as Professor said, you explain each and everything from a sketch. It's very helpful for us, but due to time constraint, we cannot with you prolong. So
Thank you so much for your presentation,
pleasure.
Dr. Gaurav sir.
My
Thank you.
pleasure.
Thank you. It was awesome.
Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you, sir, for the presentation. Now I'd like to call the next presenter with paper ID 89.
Yes, sir.
Paper,
Can you able to hear me, sir?
yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah. Let me share the screen. Can you able to see my
Yes, ma'am, your
screen, sir?
screen is visible.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. I'm here with VCN. I'm presenting my survey paper titled as Information Centric Caching Solutions for Vehicular Networks. Thank you, MIT University, Dubai, for giving me this opportunity. So, our paper is based on ICN IoT networks. That is, we all know that IoT is a connection of all devices to the internet, which enables us to collect resources from the locations at any time, and this connectivity offers a variety of applications and services that can enhance efficiency, convenience, and overall quality of life. So when the connection of the resources are more, the data generated by the IoT devices is also more. To manage the data in an efficient way, I'm using ICN network in IoT. It is a content-based network that integrates various network functions based on the name of the content rather than the location where the content is generated. So in ICN, there is a main feature called it enables a caching, that is ICN IoT caching. It is a data storage technique that leverages ICN principles to enhance the performance and efficiency of IoT. It allows to cache the data at the intermediate nodes. Wherever we can store the data, it allows us to store the data, which is more relevant or popular. So I'm using this technique in a vehicular network. It allows vehicles to share various information such as location, driving experience, nearby gas stations or hotels, and traffic information to gather the information at earliest as soon as possible. So the purpose and motivation of my survey is the survey aims to demonstrate the diversity and benefits of ICN caching strategies that is used in vehicular networks in a that various authors have published in recent years. The motivation is as the use of vehicular networks increases, there is a need for efficient transmission of large amounts of data. So it can be challenging to efficiently disseminate and transmit mass data on moving vehicles. So ICN is an in-network caching which enables nodes in the network to cache content. So I'm using vehicles or this ICN caching in a vehicles or roadside units can cache the data to serve requests and generated by various vehicular applications. The contribution of my survey paper is to illustrate the potential of ICN caching in vehicular networks, and the survey summarizes the ICN caching techniques used in a vehicular network in the past 6 years, that recent 6 years, and a detailed examination of previous works, including a comparison of algorithms, performance metrics, accuracy, the simulator used, and the merits and limitations of each work. This enables researchers to select the optimal approach based on their needs. We also discuss these challenges and the open issues of IC and IoT caching in vehicular network. I have made 5 main research questions in my paper, which is considered as how many most related articles which published under which publication, and how could the ICN network can apply to vehicular networks, and how are articles distributed in terms of evaluation, and which is the most used simulator when it comes to ICN caching based on vehicular networks, and what are the challenges and future directions of ICN based vehicular network. So this is the image represents the ICN caching in vehicular network. As we can see, the interest packet, that is the request generated by the consumer, and the data packet, that is the data which is generated by the producer. When interest generated by the consumer, and when he requests the data, it will go to next node and it will check in the cache store. If the data is available in the nearby node, it will automatically send to the consumer. If it is not available, then it will add it to the pending interest table, that is PID. That is considers the pending interest request that is not satisfied by that particular node. If that interest available, the request will be added to the PID, and the request will be routed to the next node based on the FIB entry. FIB will be containing the nodes wherever the other nodes are presented in the network, and the details of the content where and all it is available. So when the data is available, the data will be formed in a data packet, and it will move to the consumer in the same path where the interest packet has traveled. When going through the same path, the data will be stored at the intermediate node. It is called as a caching node, and we have to select it proper node to cache the data based on the number of links, or based on the content requested. So all those has come to the efficient caching strategies.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but
Glitch from
These
your
are
side. We are
the
unable to
survey
hear you properly.
I have considered more than that is happened in past papers, which is used. What are the simulators used? What are the question? Sorry, sir.
sorry, ma'am, but your voice is not
Hello.
clear. Ma'am, your voice is not clear.
Sir, can you able to hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Please proceed. Are you able to hear me, ma'am?
Please proceed, ma'am. Everything is fine, ma'am. Please proceed. I think there is some technical glitch from your side. Yes,
yes,
You can go ahead, please.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am, you are audible.
Can I start presentation? Sir?
Hello, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, we are able to hear you.
Please share your screen so that we
Okay, sir.
can listen to the content.
Can you able to see my screen, sir?
Yes, yes.
So these are the papers recently published on vehicular network by using IC and IoT caching. So the simulators used, evaluation metrics considered, major evaluation metrics considered, and the accuracy of the work and the future enhancement that as authors has considered for their work. So Again, another the main 10 papers, first 10 papers I have listed as a
Ma'am,
table, and
you
that table.
you can go with the result and discussion, please. Ma'am, you can
Yeah,
go with
yeah.
the result and discussions.
Yeah. Okay, sir. These are the survey outcome that what are the simulator majorly used in IC and IoT caching in a vehicular networks, and the evaluation type that whether they have done with the own platform or the simulator. So we can see that Indian simulator, which is major simulator in IC and caching, is used by the most of the authors. And the second graph shows that simulator performance is more than the own platform, that authors has used to prefer the simulators instead of own platform. And the issues and challenges that I have listed at the last section, that is unique naming. When it comes to ICN caching, naming all the contents with a unique name becomes a major challenge, and popularity of data, finding which data to store in a cache nodes will be a major challenge, and the storage space and location, where to store the data. And when it comes to IoT, it is very nodes are very resource constrained, so we need to consider that point also. And the freshness or staleness detection of data, that whether the data which we are going to store have the freshness, or it has the old data, we need to detect that first. And the mobility, IoT and vehicular networks are the all nodes will be moving, so we need to consider that as a major point. This is all our issues and challenges when it comes to vehicular networks. And the conclusion is, what I can conclude is ICN caching is a prominent method for handling content retrieval problems in vehicular networks. This survey beneficial in both academia and industry, since it explains ICN caching techniques used in vehicular networks with methodology, accuracy simulators, and future enhancement. And it also solves the issues and challenges in vehicular networks regarding content management. And the articles using ICN caching techniques in the vehicular network are increasing every year, which shows that ICN caching increases the efficiency of content management in vehicular network. These are the
Yes.
references.
So,
And
Prithvi, madam, I just want to ask you, as you
yes, sir.
have gone through the survey paper, so
Yes, sir.
what problem you have identified in order to carry ahead in your research work?
So those are the research challenges I have listed, sir. I have to select a node which has the more intermediate links. That is one major challenge, sir.
So, how
Because
you will be selecting it? On what parameters? Have you kept any kind of parameter in order to select the problem statements?
yes,
On
sir.
what
Yes, sir.
perspective you will be focusing on?
So when I'm selecting a node, I have to see whether the node has the efficient storage, and whether the node have the efficient energy to survive in the network, and whether the node in the place where it can serve the more request. These
So,
are the
how you
more.
will be doing it? What kind of implementation platform you are using in order to execute whatever you are saying?
So one of my work consider when I'm sending a interest packet itself, I have added two fields, sir. In
Hmm.
that I can able to record the intermediate links of the current node and the buffer size remaining in the current
No,
node.
no,
So that,
madam, which platform you are asking using for this in order to
sir,
execute this
I'm using
project? Any
ICARS
network simulator?
simulator. ICARS simulator. It is majorly developed for IC and IoT caching, sir.
Okay, okay, fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, and sorry for inconvenience happened due to internet.
It's okay. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Now I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 94 with the paper title Automation Techniques Using AI-Based Cloud Computing and Blockchain in Enterprises for Business Management. Paper ID 94. Yeah.
Yes. I'm presenting my screen. Just 1 second. I hope my clear.
Sorry, sir, but your voice is glitching.
Am I audible properly?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. So let me start. My paper ID is 94, and the topic of my paper is leveraging AI, cloud, and blockchain for business automation. So let us go through the definition of cloud computing is business automation. The cloud computing refers to the delivery of computing services over the internet, including storage services, database, and network software, and more. The key attributes are on-demand availability, scalability, and pay-as-you-go pricing model. Now, what is scalability in what we say business automation? So, cloud service provide a flexible scale resource on demand. This means business can easily adjust computing, power, storage, or other services without major infrastructure change. The example could be increased server capacity during peak times, like in holiday sales. The transactions of payment are seen more. So here, cloud and blockchain is being introduced. So what is the advantage of cloud computing for business automation? It helps in accessibility, cost effectiveness, scalability, and reliability. Coming toward the points of accessibility, remote access to data and application from anywhere can be done through the internet. The best example for this is PhonePe, or what we say business pay, where cloud computing is used for transaction in business to business models. Now, cost effectiveness. It helps in reducing the need to permission of hardware and infrastructure. You can always prefer pay as you go model, which helps in pricing and companies to pay only for the resources which they have used. Here, the example could be AWS paying services. Now, we all know that in AWS, pay as you go service is being introduced, where the amount of source which you have been consuming, only that much cost you will be paying. Now, the scalability point, it is the ability to rapidly scale resource according to the workload. Coming toward the AWS point only, suppose you are developing an IoT infrastructure. Now, if you seen that more sensors are being introduced, more sensors are being required, so you can scale according to it, and according to that resource which you consume, the payment is being decided. Now, what is digital? Let me go through the conclusion of this presentation. The conclusion is the convergence of AI cloud computing and blockchain technology presents a paradigm shift in business automation. The seamless integration of this innovation technology offers an unparalleled opportunity for organization to optimize operation, drive efficiency. I have given you some real life examples such as PhonePe, BharatPe, and AWS for this what we say topic. So that much.
Thank you, sir, for the amazing presentation. I would request the session chair to ask questions, if any.
Aditya, like what kind of automation techniques you have used in order to carry out this work?
Sir, I would like to mention this that I have just mentioned the existing automation thing, which is in more innovative way, or we can say in more different kind of technology. So the existing technology is AWS technology, where we use pay as you go model. The amount of resources which we use is actually we will pay. And coming towards the topic of my presentation, which is cloud computing and business automation. Here, the example which I gave was PhonePe and BharatPe. So, in business automation, cloud computing, PhonePe plays a crucial role, which is an existing technology. So, I have just suggested and introduced new kind of technology where all this combination can be used in single platforms.
Okay. So in order to proceed with cloud, you have only used AWS, as we have MS Azure and like Salesforce and all other CRM platform as well. So any
Yeah,
specific reason that you have went with AWS?
yeah, right, sir. Sir, I am actually for what we say comfortable with AWS since I have used in various technologies. So I only know AWS technology. That's why I have preferred this
Okay,
platform.
okay. But again, I'll suggest you like go with comparative analysis so that you know might be in any other thing you will be getting a good efficient result.
Right, sir. Right.
And
So
sir,
fine.
one suggestion from my side, you must incorporate some data, some graphs in your presentation. So it's just not seen like a raw, like a theoretical presentation, as sir said.
True,
Right,
true,
Definitely,
Aditya?
true.
sir.
Okay.
So
Right, sir.
Aditya,
Yes.
like in your earlier presentation also, it was a complete theoretical. So like, you know, if you like implement any kind of flow chart, how you have carried out this work, any graphs, figures, so it will be easier for others to understand. You can present your
Right,
work
sir.
properly.
Right, sir.
Fine. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your inputs. Now, I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 95, with the paper title Transformative Dynamics, Unveiling the Influence of Artificial Intelligence, Cybersecurity, and Advanced Technologies in Bitcoin. So,
Yes, I'm present. I'm audible.
Yeah.
Yes, sir,
Okay.
you are.
So I'll share the screen. Yeah, is it visible?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible and you are audible. Please
Okay.
proceed.
Hello. Good morning, all the session chairs. The topic of my presentation is transformative dynamics, unveiling the influence of artificial intelligence. So, in the Bitcoin. So, as we are known that in the today's area, the AI and the ML are being one of the developing areas of technologies. So, it is including and touching all the aspects of all the sectors. So, being in a financial sector or the related to the finance services, it is one of the crucial and main important sector which we have to develop, and there is a many anomalies there present in there. So this is I am presenting the review paper of all the technologies what we are reviewing. So in this, what is the tracing of blockchain's origin? So as a introduction of AI and ML into the cryptocurrency, which is Bitcoin, in a Bitcoin. So the underlying technology on the of the Bitcoin is a blockchain basically. So blockchain is basically a network which is developed by using the network of computers, and the nodes are stored as a payments and the agreements over there. So it was developed earlier in 2000s. So before that, the traditional system has a various crisis of financial crisis that there some logbooks are being misplaced, or any transaction is being misplaced. So there are very dangerous financial crisis. After that, this is the paper what we have referred, that is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. So in which they also suggested that the being shifted to the decentralized financial, it is one of the important things in today's area, and integrating it with the AI and ML, it is the main and the most important thing we have to use. So the main motive behind this presentation is we are talking about Bitcoin and digital currency. So the underlying technology of Bitcoin and digital currency is about the blockchain. So basically, a blockchain is working on the contracts or smart contracts, we can say that. So in the aim with this, we have to integrate AI for market prediction, any anomaly prediction, or the giving a security to our finances. So the most successful the most successful thing with the use of AI is Bitcoin. So it replaces with cash with the numbers. So all things will be in the numbers and coding in the format, and the smart contracts is also there. After that, the advantage of this is it is a fast, it is an international, means any of the people we can use it and from anywhere. So accounting is very much efficiently done by this digital currency. Then it is cheap as well. But the main thing behind is that the problem with this is security. So providing security, there are certain things which we are developing with the things, that is the thing like perfect copy, means anything anyone can copy the your contracts or the codes and the smart contracts. So for avoiding this, there are centralized banking or the things like decentralization has been developed. So decentralization basically works like a neural network. It is a network of all the computers which will store the our nodes with the help of codes and the digital currency. So these are some centralized, decentralized, and distributed ledgers. That is, you can say that it is a network of our currencies. So for decentralization, these many you can say types or methods has been developed earlier. So that is SHA 256 by fault tolerance, P2P networks, then B-money, BitGold, Hashcash, means hashing has been done to improve the cyber security or the things like that. After that, cryptography has been introduced with it, like that. So what is what I have earlier discussed, that we are developing the Bitcoin. So underlying technology for this, it is a As we know,
It is sorry to interrupt you, it's my suggestion. You just come to come to your own work. It's all about the historical facts. So if you work, if you just tell us about your own works, that is really helpful to understand your paper and about your nobility of your job.
Okay, sir. Sir, just it is a review paper. So we have just collected all the things from the earlier reviews, and we are collected it and presented it right now. So as we are, I have presented that the cryptocurrency as it is mentioned. So how it will work, the validations and all the things has been presented over here. Like the nodes has been created, and the whatever the new contracts has been generated, it will be added to the blockchain and new blockchain. And in this way, the blockchain has been worked. That's it from my side. So as it is a review paper, we haven't developed a new thing in it, but just we have reviewed the paper, sir. That's it from my side. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the amazing presentation. Now I would like to just ask a question, if any.
So, Om, it was a kind of survey paper, right? Or else did you implemented it something? Please unmute your mic.
Sorry, sir. It's just we can say it's a review paper or survey paper. We just references the paper, and we have represented it as a technology which we have to develop in current era. Means the importance of that thing.
So, what was the conclusion out of this? As you have gone through this kind of survey, so what you have conclusion?
So the we can conclude it as in today's era, as AI is growing faster and faster in all the sectors, we have to develop the DeFi system. DeFi means the decentralized financial system. So by which the security is also increases by using cyber security in it, as well as by using the DeFi, the cash, whatever the anomalies is being there in the traditional ledgers. So we can eradicate.
So, as you did a kind of survey, so what kind of parameters you have kept?
So I have taken the parameter as a which has been the more secure, which has been the future scope for developing with using AI for further scope.
Okay. Fine, like as I have gone through your PPT, it seems like it's a kind of generic, nothing in depth I have found. So whenever you will be presenting, doing a literature kind of survey, like keep 5 to 6 questions or else 3 to 4 questions on what parameters you want to do a kind of literature survey, and proceed accordingly, so that at the end you will be getting a proper issues and challenges, and you will be getting a problem statement on which exactly you are supposed to work on.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Fine. That's it from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to introduce the next presenter with paper ID 87 and paper title Application of Deep Learning Techniques in Stock Market Forecasting, a bibliometric analysis.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes. So please start.
Yeah. First of all, a very good afternoon to all of you for thank you very much for allowing us to present our paper. So should I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
1 second. Is it visible now?
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Okay. So my screen is visible. I'm audible.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible and you're audible.
Okay, sir. So we are going to present our paper. Our paper ID is 87, and the topic we have chosen is to applications of deep learning techniques in stock market forecasting using bibliometric analysis. So here, what we have done a literature review of existing papers which apply deep learning techniques in predicting stock market. So here we have not applied deep learning. We have applied bibliometric analysis just to identify what people are doing using deep learning techniques in stock market forecasting, because there are different ways by which we can predict stock market. So stock market, like everybody, like whether it's from decision sciences or operations management, they just want to like predict stock market to create wealth, because it's a place where like 5% people make money and 95% people lose money. So people just come to be part of that 5%. For that, we have different courses at universities. So, but generally this task is very, very complicated. Making money in stock market is not that easy. People think it's easy, but it's not actually, because because different variables are there, different news, current affairs, CEO change, so many things are happening. Those can impact stock prices. So it's not that easy. Not only prices, but even index, which are made by many stocks. All participants put a lot of efforts and they apply multiple methods. They use mathematical models, statistical models, econometric tools, machine learning nowadays that is getting more popular. But that is also people, like the research I have read, they are simply saying in sample they are doing really good, but out of sample they are not working that good. Market participants apply all these methods by combining fundamental, technical, and all these methods just to predict stock prices. So for that, nowadays, what is happening, deep learning technique like LSTM, RNN, that is getting more popular. So in this context, we just want to know what is happening in this particular domain. So I just want to briefly introduce what is deep learning and how it is different from the simple neural network. Here what happens, the layers are more. Complexity is little different from simple neural network. So here they apply different algorithms. It is also AI, ML, whatever term you want to give. It's kind of AI, ML, different terms. It's subset of something. And they have different layers, different methods. Those are very popular are CNN, LSTM, RNN. And whenever you have any time series that is very complex, in that context, they can be helpful, especially in sample. And it is kind of obviously black box. They learn on their own from the history of the data they are having, and they try to predict stock market data, and people just take decisions based on like what is happening on these models. And recent research, they are predicting like based on these methods, if they do something, they are getting good results. The prediction accuracy is increasing. So why we are using these particular methods of review? Because there are different methods. SLR is there. We have bibliometric. We have topical modeling. So the thing is, it's simple. Nowadays, because we are having RStudio package BiblioShiny, easy to implement, and it is also very objective approach. It's unbiased. So here what we do, we just get some data from Scopus, Web of Science, and apply all these things just to get like who are the top people, top journals, top countries, for maybe for collaboration purpose, maybe for identifying research gap. In this particular context, the research gap, like we are not able to find a particular paper which just emphasize on this domain. So we are just trying to fill this gap. And this is the kind of first study which apply like what is happening in this context using bibliometric analysis. Here we try to identify top keywords, top articles, and who are the like what is the co-author network, what are the collaborations happening in this particular industry in domain, and we also suggest what could happen in future. The data we are using here is Scopus database, most popular database and easily available. We have subscribed to a university also. In this particular context, by using a particular query of keywords and applying different filters of subjects, we are getting 392 articles, and we are having duration of 2014 to 23. Total journals which are covering these 292 articles are 177, and we have taken only journal articles. And the yearly growth in this context is almost 47%, and average citation per document is 21. Authors involved in this entire research output is 1063, and we are having 23 articles, those are single author. And co-author per doc is 3.29, which shows like people are working in a collaboration here. And the international co-authorship is 22%. This is the yearly growth. We can see all the time, especially after 2018, the growth is kind of exponential, which peaked in 2022, 121 papers. In 23, because it was not the full year, it was 63 only. And if we just focus on top authors are like Wang Jie with 7 articles, and the top university is Bihang University with 12 articles. And the leading countries in the countries are China, followed by India, Korea, USA, and Turkey. China is like kind of, they are doing awesome. More than 100 papers are with them only. With our top journals, expert system, with applications, which is A category journal, is publishing 45 articles out of these 392. Then IEEE access 22 articles. And this is keyword analysis, and we can say like the keywords are nothing but the keywords we are using for like deep learning, forecasting, financial markets, commerce, investments. And when we do the keyword analysis, this co-occurrence of keyword analysis, we are seeing different clusters are there, 4 to 5 clusters are there, but they are not that meaningful because we are working in a very niche area. We are going from AI, ML to deep learning, and we are applying that to only stock market. Because of that, what we are getting in the keywords here, they are nothing but different words for this particular term itself, deep learning. Different methods are there, DL, LSTM, stock prediction, forecasting. So we are not getting proper clustering. Though clusters are there, but they are not that meaningful because they are kind of different nomenclature for the same thing. So therefore, this kind of clustering cannot be very helpful for researcher. But yeah, one thing is very much clear ki out of these papers, people are working on the similar content. Deep learning is getting very popular. So it can help in future for prediction of stock market. The agenda we have suggested here, like we can apply different advanced neural network models. We can combine different models, like we can combine statistical econometric model with deep learning to get better results. We can apply and incorporate also the sentiment analysis in this particular analysis. And overall, this particular research about like 392 articles, did biblioanalysis, identify top journals, author, countries, and articles. And it gives us valuable information which can be helpful for the people involved in this particular domain. Though some limitation, I want to mention that we have included only English language articles, only the journal articles. We just included all the conference papers, and we have used only one database, Scopus. So if in the future people like the researcher, if they include many journals, like if they include many conference papers, they include different data sources like Web of Science, Google Scholar, PubMed, or if they do something about different language articles, maybe they can get some different results. So thank you again very much, and any suggestion to improve the paper?
So Sarveshwar sir, like in your institute, you have Scopus database access?
Yes, sir, we have.
Okay. So any specific reason that you have not involved like conference paper and book chapters into this?
Actually, sir, like when we have less number of papers, like 50 or 60 by journals, then we include the conference paper generally. But suppose I'm getting more than 200, because I say like conference papers, like anybody can, like whatever we do, generally it is getting published. So maybe it cannot be that good. But once it gets approved by some reviewers, 2-3 reviewers in a journal, it gets kind of certified knowledge. So I think that could be the reason, sir.
Okay, okay. No, because the more data you will be using, that much good result you will be getting it, right?
True, sir.
So,
But
so
the
again,
400
like
papers,
if you are using journal article, have you kept any kind of impact factor in order to
no, sir.
shortlist all the
The
journals
only criteria
articles?
was like, like if I getting 4,000, 5,000 papers, then you are right, sir. I can apply ABDC 3, ABDC 4. Then I can apply that. Like, sorry, ABS 3, ABS 4. Otherwise, generally, sir, when we have only like up to 1,000 papers, I don't think we need to apply that particular filter, because we are having only 400 articles, that two journal articles. So in future, when like after 4 or 5 years, when somebody like people are working on this domain and the papers are like more than 1,000, then you are right, sir. We can apply ABDC or ABS criteria to include what we want. Less
So
papers.
Sarveshwar sir, like as you are talking about ABDC, so like when we talk about UT Dallas and FT50,
then sir, paper number would be very less, sir.
No, no. So, like, obviously, you would have not considered all these things, or like
No,
UT
no, no,
Dallas
no,
and
no, sir.
FT50, right?
No, 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 sir. No, no, sir. I have not considered even ABDC and ABS also, sir. Like I have only applied one filter.
Scopus.
I going to Scopus and journal articles, this particular duration.
And whatever that like shortlisting articles you have got, you applied your work on that.
I just read the titles. The deep learning should be there because sometimes Scopus gives erotic data. Sorry, erratic data. So I just wanted to remove that. So I did that only, sir.
So
But
again,
generally,
your filtering criteria was based on the keywords.
Yes, sir. Keywords. I was using a particular query that I want to show you, sir. This was the query I have shown in PPT also. This was my query, sir. You can see, sir. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, yes. Okay.
And the
fine.
keywords I have taken from the existing research papers. Those are applying in different contexts in the computer science somewhere. So I am taking from them and just applying my filters because I want to work only in business economics in these domains. So I did that, sir.
Fine. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, William, sir.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Good day to all. Take care, sir.
Wish
Sir,
you the
can I
same.
leave now, sir?
Thank you
I
so
have
much, sir,
some.
for that amazing presentation. Now we are
Thank you,
moving.
sir. I have class. Can I leave, sir?
Yes,
Fine,
yes,
fine.
you can.
Thank you, sir.
Yes,
Good
sir,
day.
you can leave. Please. Thank you so much, sir. Now we are moving to our
Now I would like to move to the next presenter with paper ID 79 and paper title Fingertip Verification in Childhood Images Using Vision Transformers. Is the presenter available? Paper ID 79. Okay. Now I'd like to move on to paper ID 49. Paper ID 49, the neighborhood segmentation and clustering with schemoid algorithm and location-based social network.
Am I audible to you, sir? This is paper ID 49, Abhishek Pathak, and my paper title is Neighborhood Segmentation and Clustering Using K-Media's Algorithm and Location-Based Social Networks. So, shall I start my presentation?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you can start.
Thank you. Just a second, hold on. I'm a little bit I'm using this Zoom after so many long days, so it will be little bit trouble for me. Share Microsoft, Google document, web URL, bookmark, screen, camera, screen. Is it my screen is visible?
No, sir. The screen is not visible.
Now it's visible?
No, sir. Still, we are not able to see.
Okay, just a second, hold on. So, I'm just trying once again.
So there's a green color button in the middle.
I know. There's a green color button at the background, and I'm just selecting that particular button. It's asking me Microsoft OneDrive, Microsoft SharePoint, Google Drive, Box, Photo, Document. I'm just selecting the document part, and after that, I'm getting the page which I need to share. I need to share the document, and basically that document is open in my system, and I won't be able to share that screen. Why so? Can you please proceed with someone else? I should
Yes,
fix it up.
definitely.
Yes, sir.
We will proceed with someone else, and in the meanwhile, you can
Sorry
just.
for the inconvenience. I'm just
Fine.
fixing up the issues. Sorry for the inconvenience.
That's absolutely fine, sir. Now we are moving to our next presenter.
So our next presenter with paper ID 96, Impact of Artificial Intelligence and Cybersecurity as Advanced Technologies on Bitcoin Industry. Is the presenter available? I repeat, paper ID 96. Okay. Now I would like to move on to the next presenter with paper ID 97. With paper title a study on performance appraisal and employee motivation towards higher level of productivity in information technology industry. Is paper ID 97 available? I repeat, paper number 97. Okay.
He's not available. So now we are moving to our next presenter.
Anybody waiting for their presentation to present? Is any presenter available to present their presentation right now?
Anshuman, paper ID 28.
Okay, paper ID 28, driver assistance and system based on real time de-hazing. Please, if you are available, please present.
Yes. Is it now visible?
Yes, sir. It is.
Hello. Okay.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible and you're audible. Please start your presentation.
Yes. Okay. Thank you for giving me the opportunity. So my work is based on assisting drivers when they are driving in a cloudy, hazy environment in winter time. So every year there are around 20% of road accidents that happen due to foggy environments, and so a driver assistance system will help the driver to clear out the fog ahead of his vehicle and see if anything will hit the vehicle or not. It is basically a mobile phone that will be mounted on the dashboard of the vehicle, so driver can look through the camera and see the fogless environment. So I will go through how fog actually occurs, how it affects the original image, and how we can use some method to remove it. Then we will see what is the current techniques that are being used, and in the end what we have done, and if it is feasible or not. So our focus is on not a novel method, but a novel method that works in real time. So latency is a very important factor for us. So as we know, in winter, especially in North India, the haze is very thick and it is very difficult to see even ahead of 5 or 10 kilometers. So the road accidents are very frequent. Let's see how the haze occurs. If we have a, can you see my mouse pointer? Hello? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you see my mouse pointer, what I'm pointing at?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, we are able to see it.
Okay. So when we have a haze free, means we have the objects and the environments. When we look at through a hazy environment, what happens is instead of directly light bouncing into our camera or onto our eye, we have some attenuation. This attenuation is due to haze, which scatters some amount of light away. So in the end, the sensor gets an attenuated image and some atmospheric light which is added onto it. So everything becomes hazy, as you can see. So for that, we need a theoretical model that explains it. We will use the Beer-Lambert's model, which states that the attenuation is exponential with respect to distance. As the image, as the object that we are looking at is away, the attenuation will be more and more. So to dehaze the image, we need to find how much attenuation has occurred, and we need to somehow remove it. In this equation, you can see we have the original luminosity. We have the apparent luminosity, which is the sum of original luminosity, which is attenuated. That this tau is attenuation, and some external factor that is due to the atmosphere. We have to find out this alpha that is due to the atmosphere and the attenuation. So let's go through the different approaches that we have seen. So there is in the literature, there is multiple images approaches. We will view the same image from multiple angles to get a idea of the depth of the images. And there is another way to find out the create a 3D model and then use a dehazing technique, but those are not possible for a real-time system, since we only have a single source and that source is moving constantly. So we'll use a single image approach that requires some assumptions. It is not possible to 100% remove the hazing. So let's go to the proposed methodology. The there is essentially two types of single image dehazing. One uses some CNN or neural networks, and one uses some deterministic algorithms. We have gone with the deterministic algorithm since the neural network approaches were too costly, means the latency was too high. So the most simple technique that is very effective is called the dark channel prior method. It is from another paper from 2011, which assumes what is dark channel here. It assumes that in all the three channels, red, green, and blue, all the pixels will have some value close to 0 in at least one of the channel. So we will find out that channel, take the minimum, and that will be our dark channel. You can see it is different from grayscale, as grayscale tries to convert the luminosity correctly, but dark channel finds out which which channel has the least amount of energy, and it will be shown. So if you remember from this apparent luminosity equation, there is an alpha that I will call it air light from now on, and we have the tau, which is the attenuation. So to find out the air light alpha, we will find out which patch in our image has the brightest number of pixels, not the most brightest pixel, but a patch which has the most brightest pixels. We can use a convolution going through all the squares, but that is not feasible for a real-time system. So we will go through, we will subdivide it, subdivide, and try to find out which patch has the highest sum. In the end, we will get a tuple value of RGB, and this will be the air light. So essentially, this is the haze of our atmosphere, which is added to every image. We can speed it up using this quad-T subdivision method. It is essentially a prefix sum which converts, which can find out the air light in constant time. So now, when we have find out the air light from the dark channel, we will try to estimate which part has the original color and which part is attenuated using this. This is also from that ICCAKM paper from 2011, and we will get the attenuation value. This attenuation, this omega is experimentally done by us, taken to be the attenuation factors. This is for red, this is for blue, and this is for blue, and this is for green. Since red is the least affected, so that's why the attenuation factor is the less for red. So in the end, we will get this estimated value, but you can see this is very blocky. So we need to find out the edges of the original image such that when we transpose it to the original image, it doesn't affect the, it doesn't become very blocky. So we will use a edge preserving filter that refines the blocky images into the sharp images. Should I zoom in, or is it visible? Are the images visible?
It's visible.
It's visible, right? Sir, sorry for disturbing in the middle, but we have fixed time for everyone, and you still have 2 minutes left.
Yes, please go fast.
Okay, so we will recover it using this formula, and if we can see that using just recovering this formula will make the bottom portion, which is essentially haze free, very dark. So we need to so I have included another filter, linear blending filter, which will add the original image's bottom part into the recovered image. So the bottom part becomes clear, and the top part is haze free. So just an overview, we have the original image, we take the dark channel, then we find out the brightest patch. Using the brightest patch, we convert the original image into a transmission estimate image, and then the estimate image is refined using the guided filter. Then it is blended, and we find out the dehazed image from here to here. This all will happen in real time. So we need to find out the latency of the entire process as well. This is another that overview. You can see this is the original, and this is the blended image. So some results we have used this data set from a paper that compared their own images. So you can see this is ours. This part is ours, and these all are other methods which are available. DSNet, AODNet, and group. These are all neural networks, while DCP is the original method. So you can see our method is closer to the DCP method, but the new novel thing we have done is the performance of our method is much quicker. If I can just see, yes. So see, this is our, and these are all the neural network methods. So for a algorithm to be real time, we have to be around 24 frames or more. So that is around 40 milliseconds. So ours is 60 milliseconds. However, these other neural networks and the DCP goes into seconds. So it's
Sir,
not
you are
feasible
running
for
out of the
this.
time. Please wind up fast.
I don't think we have time to show the videos. So let's just go to the conclusion. This de-hazing was done on an Android phone, and it was possible to use the de-hazing to see if any
I don't.
obstacles are there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the
Okay,
presentation.
thank you so much, sir, for that amazing presentation. I would request to ask questions if any.
No, it's fine. Thank you. Good work.
Thank you.
Good calculative work was there. That you have introduced the pixel calculation with mathematical modeling. I highly appreciate. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. So now we are moving to our next.
Now I would like to call our next presenter with paper ID 49 and the
Hello, sir.
title.
Hello, sir. 96.
Yeah,
Paper
let
ID
me start.
96 is present.
Should I start sharing my screen?
Yeah.
Just allow me for a while. I'm just using it. Let's see if I can able to share this time or not. Still I'm facing the same issue. I don't know. Still I'm facing the same issue. I won't be able to share my screen. Why, I don't know.
Sir, can I
Am I audible?
engage? Paper ID 96.
It is,
Yes, sir, you're audible.
just wait for a second. Just wait for a second. Let me finish it up. I'm just trying to share it again. What happened to this?
Till then, we can go with next presentation.
Sure, sir.
Okay, so I would like to call paper ID 96 with a paper title Impact of Artificial Intelligence and Cybersecurity and Advanced Technologies of Bitcoin Industry.
Yes, sir. Can I share the screen?
Yes, sir, you can.
Yes, sir.
Let's start the presentation. Our topic was impact of artificial intelligence and cybersecurity on Bitcoins.
Ritesh, please keep your presentation on presentation mode. Switch on your presentation mode.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay. Introduction to cybersecurity. The Bitcoin industry has witnessed substantial growth and transformation since continues to evolve the integration of artificial intelligence in AI model. In this introduction, we explore the impact of AI and cybersecurity on the Bitcoin industry, addressing both opportunities and challenges. Then the challenges was risks of Bitcoins, a transformation of digital assist, Second was role of artificial intelligence in industries. I have enhanced the points. That was enhanced data analysis, algorithm trading, predictive analysis, uh, where impact of AI on Bitcoin security was fraud detection. They are detecting the frauds. AI powered system enhance the detection and prevention of fraudulent activities, mitigating risks associated with cyber threats and scams. Network security, we have network security are provided. AI algorithm boosted network security, safeguarding against attacks such as DDoS, distributed denial of services. Four, there was a cyber security challenge in the Bitcoin in the industries, where wallet vulnerabilities, cyber attacks, the implementation of smart contracts
Ritesh
in
sir,
blockchain technology.
Ritesh sir, please move on with your methodology section.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Skip the introduction part. Okay, explain with this.
Okay, I will explain future trends of this. Artificial intelligence, enhanced security. AI can be used to detect and prevent cyber attacks, making Bitcoin's transaction more secure. Automated training, AI algorithm can analyze market trades and make faster and more accurate trading decision, increasing profitability. Improved customers experience. AI-powered chatbots can provide instant customer support, improving user satisfaction. Cybersecurity is provided in the blockchain. It is main purpose. Blockchain technology, the use of blockchain technology can enhance the security of Bitcoin transaction, making them more resistant to cyber attacks. Multi-factor authentication is provided. Threat intelligence, continuous monitoring and analyzing of potential threats can help identifying and mitigate cyber security risks in Bitcoin industries. Let's move to the conclusion of this PPTs. Navigating the future. Balancing innovative and security, the Bitcoin industry faces the challenges of striking a balance between innovative advantages such as AI integration, maintaining robust cybersecurity to ensure a secure and resistance ecosystem. In this dynamic landscape, the symbiotic relationship between artificial intelligence and cybersecurity and the Bitcoin industry chats the scores for a future where innovation and the security coexist. Thank you, sir.
Ritesh, in your presentation, I must say that, in-depth discussion needs to get highlighted, as it was purely
Okay,
a
sir.
theoretical paper, and I see that no modeling was done, like no development was done, and that too, if I call it as a literature survey, proper survey is not there. And yes, if you have did the survey, what kind of paper you have referred, and whatever the data you have mentioned, from where you received this data, whether it was from chat gpt, or else whether it was from google, or else what kind of research you have from where you have taken. There was no citations, there was no references. So if
Yes,
you
sir.
do it properly, it will make sense. It will help you to carry out your project and research work as well. Thank you.
Okay, sir. I will add in that.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. So now we are moving to our next presenter with paper ID 49.
Thank you, sir, for allowing me. Let me try again. Might be I'm facing some issues with my system, so I'm trying to present myself. Just a second for just a while. It's not showing anything. Why I don't know. Sir, I'm facing a little bit issue. I won't be able to share my screen. God knows why. The system is not supporting or something like happened with me.
It's fine, sir. We have your paper content. You please
Am I
read the
audible?
content of your PPT, so we just get idea from
Yes,
that.
please
Just
proceed with your
read your
content.
content. Okay.
Sir, basically, what I did, it isn't basically of let's suppose if you are staying in a city and due to your job, you're switching to some another city, and you want to find the same neighborhood in which you are staying, because humans are a social animal and they are very much accustomed with the neighborhood in which they are staying. So the basic experiment which I did to provide the same set of neighborhood in your new location where you are moving. For this, I had used an Foursquare app, and Foursquare app is can easily be connected with the social networking like Facebook and Twitter. Let's take an example. If you're staying in an area, what you need to do with the help of you just need to enter the name of the city, and with the help of web scrapping, it will start searching the localities name which are available in that particular city, and the present city in which you are staying, it will start taking the details. Let's suppose the details of mall, the details of pubs, clubs, the social gathering in which you are going, and through that it will try to help you to provide the same type of, what should I say, location. Basically, it is a cluster based data in which, let's take an example, what will happen if you are moving towards a state in Mumbai, and in Mumbai you had selected one some location, let's suppose any of the location like Bandra. So if you had selected Bandra and the near areas in which you are exactly staying at Kolkata, and you had moved it to Bandra. So when you are staying in Park Street in Kolkata and the area which you are living, we will fix it. You will fill all the details which are very near to you. Like this type of school is near to me, this type of mall is near to me, this type of pub is near to me. Then what K-Medios exactly do? K-Medios is an algorithm of machine learning. While fixing up the data, it will try to frame the clusters, and the value which is very much close to that any cluster, it will start blinking in red, so that it will help the user to find the common set of neighborhood in which he is staying presently, and if he is moving in future to some other neighborhood, it will be common for him, which will be helpful for him. So exactly this thing we had done in paper, and sorry for inconvenience why I won't be able to share my screen.
So Abhishek, I saw so many images in your paper, right? So these images is generated by your own software, or it is drawn from the internet itself? Mr. Abhishek? I think now there is some technical glitch right now if he is not able to give me the answer.
Find any other papers?
Yes, any other paper?
Okay, so we are moving.
Is any presenter available right now? Is paper ID 79 present? Paper ID 79? Paper ID 9? Paper ID 97? Paper ID 101? Paper ID 101? Paper ID 64? Is any presenter available who wants to present right now? I don't think any presenter is available right now.
Someone is
Hello.
speaking, but they have muted their mic.
Am I audible now? This is paper ID 49. I was out due to some technical issues, I guess. The internet connection was poor at my location.
No problem.
Am I?
Yes,
so,
you are audible. Mr. Abhishek, I just asked you, whatever the images you incorporate in your research paper, that exactly just as a retrieval, as the output of your model, or it is drawn from internet only? Because it's
no,
not.
sir, it is the
it's not so
sir,
much
it is
clear.
basically okay. What I'll do, I'll be submitting again the clear images because they are drawn from my model only, the K-Medias algorithm which I had used with machine learning. I had generated that images from the software only, sir, which I had created, the application.
So you know from where you get the data set?
Sir, basically the data set will be depending upon sir, basically what happened, the city which you are filling now, with the help of web scraping, the data set of the localities in that particular city will be gathered from Wikipedia, and then according to the area in which you are staying, you will be fixing up that I had this number of malls in it, this type of shops in it, this type of grocery detail, and it will start finding through the Wikipedia map and Google map, and the particular data which had been filled by different user, it will start matching with that.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Abhishek.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. And sorry for inconvenience, because right now the weather is not good in our area, due to which I guess might be technical issues are there, and
Fine, it's fine.
internet is not properly working. Sorry.
It's absolutely fine, sir. Thank you so much. So is there any presenter available who wants to present right now?
Okay,
can
sir.
you please repeat the paper ID name again, so that otherwise we can wind up this session.
Paper ID 79. I repeat, paper ID 79. Paper ID 101. Paper ID 97. Paper ID 64. I repeat, paper ID 64. Paper ID 101. Paper ID 97. And paper ID 79. So I don't think any presenter is available right now.
Okay, so if there's no presenter is available, so it's time to end this conference. So before ending this conference, I would like to thank all session chairs, Dr.
Hello,
P.
hello, sir.
William.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, I will especially thanks to
Hello, sir.
our session chair, William sir. Your observation is very clear. You what exactly looking for the presentation? Maybe if someone present into a 100% theoretical aspect, you focus on that as well as the models and other. So that's really great. Your observations really help out for such researchers to performing well in future. So thank you so
Thank you,
much,
sir.
Dr.
Thank you so
Dr.
much.
Williams. You are becoming a part of this conference and this session
Okay.
especially.
Okay. Thank you,
Thank you
sir.
so
Thanks a lot.
much. Thank you so much, Dr. P. William sir, and also Dr. Pradeep Verma sir, for addressing us and your kind presence. And I would like to thank everyone for joining this session and patiently cooperating for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you so much. all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for calling us and inviting us for paper presentation, and still supporting in such a worst case. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Shall we leave the meeting?
Yes, sir, you can leave the meeting.
Yes, and I request everyone please be present in this validity session in evening. I
Okay,
believe
definitely,
schedule
sir.
is
We will be there in
with all of you.
we will be there in valedictory session. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, all. Thank you.
Thank you to all.
So,
yeah.
yes, sir.
Would you like to present?
Yes, sir.
Okay, sir. Can you give me 5 minutes to get the?
Sir, I'm available, sir. Anshuman, sir, I'm there.
Okay.
Okay, sir. So we can start.
Sir, is it visible?
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible and you are audible.
Yes, sir. So, hello, sir. Good afternoon. So, my paper ID is 97. And here are the study on performance appraisal and employee motivation in the IT industry in Western Maharashtra. So as we know, the IT industry in Maharashtra, the India has significant growth and plays a crucial role in the regional economy. Understanding the relationship between performance and appraisal, employee motivation and productivity investigate these factors using a mixed method approach, focusing on performance appraisal and employee motivation. Coming to the performance appraisal in its impact on productivity. So here are the chart. The performance appraisal in a critical component of human resource management, aiming the assess and improve employee performance. Effective performance appraisal system lead to increased employee engagement and motivation and productivity. Here are the real-time structure of the employee productivity. So key performance indicators, as we have the 21 that 11.9%, objective and goals 4.5%, competitive skills at 20.4%, customer feedback 39.0%,
peer feedback that 19.8%, and manager feedback is most important, the 12.4%. Coming to the motivation theories and employee performance, the employee performance and productivity are greatly influenced by motivation. The self-determination theory highlights the importance of satisfying employees' basic psychological needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness. So, self-determination theory, a theory that highlights the importance of satisfying employees' basic psychological needs of autonomy, competence, and relatedness. The expenditure theory, the theory emphasizes how employees perceive the relationship between the effort, performance, and rewards. Coming to the instinct and extrinsic motivation factors in the IT industry, various instinct and extrinsic motivation factors impact employee performance in the IT industry. Intrinsic motivators include challenging work recognition, self development, opportunities, and sense of achievement. Extreme motivators such as competitive salaries, promotion, and job security also significantly influence employee motivations. So here also the performance evaluation and employee motivation in IT industries. As I have told in the introduction, the performance appraisal in perceives a motivator when link rewards of recognitions, setting tough goals through performance reviews improves employee performance and motivation. So same as the previous chart, the key performance indicators are selling at 11.9%, objective and goals are 4.5, competition skills at 12.4, customer feedback 13.0, peer feedback 19.8, and manager feedback is 12.4. So talking about religion factors and the IT industry in Western Maharashtra. The IT industry in Western Maharashtra has grown significantly due to factors such as trained labor, favorable government policies, and infrastructures. Understanding this religion dynamics in crucial tailoring performs and appraisal and motivation strategies. Here are the flowchart of the all over the labors. The train labor availability, first is train labor availability of train labor in the region to influence the growth of the IT industry. Second is government policies, favorable policies of the government like tax benefits, subsidies encourage the growth and of the IT industry. And the fourth is the infrastructures, investment in infrastructure development such as transportation, telecommunication network supported the growth of the IT industry. Now the instinct and string motivation factors in the IT industries, same as the various instinct and string motivation factors impact employee performance in the IT industry. Instinct motivators include the challenging work, recognition, skill development, opportunities of a sense of achievement. Extreme motivators such as competitive salaries, promotions, and job securities also significantly influence the employee motivation. Instinct motivation factors like challenging work, recognition, self-development, opportunities, sense of achievements. In extreme motivation factors, we can say that competitive salaries, promotion, and job securities. Motivation for higher productivity, the effective motivation strategies lead to higher productivity levels. Certain employees' motivations factors prove to more effective in ensuring high levels of productivity in the IT industry. There are three effective levels that very effectively 21% like 11.9%, moderately effectively like 10.2%, and not very effectively like 70.9%. It's very harsh. Now, the best practices in performance appraisal and employee motivations, like organizations can adopt various strategies to enhance employee motivation and productivity. These practices includes continuous feedbacks, employee involvement, performance based on base rewards, job design autonomy, and skill utilization opportunities. Continuous feedback can help employees identify their strengths and areas of improvement to meet performance targets. Performance-based rewards like bonuses, promotions, paid time of given employees, tangible incentives of perform better. Providing an autonomy and empowerment
Ninad,
of make work. Yes, sir.
Ninad, go with the results and discussions and conclusion, please.
Yes, sir. In this result, that we have the analysis like demographic profile, like age from age 18 to 24, 70% employees are there. 25 to 34, that 73 employees. 35 to age 44, that 30%, and 45 to 54 are only 3% as employees. In gender we can specify that males are 88%, female are 87%, and there are some other genders like there are only 2% of people. In educational qualifications, the employees have the bachelor degree that 87% have, and the master degree is 90%. And the experience, we can say that less than 1 year, the 49% of people are there, and 1 to 3 years are 74%, and 4 to 6 years are 54%. And the performance evaluation criteria, as we say, that key performance indicators like 11.9%, objective and goals 4.5, skills are 12.4, customer feedback at 39.0, peer feedback is 19.8, and manager feedback is 12.4%. Yes, sir, that's it all from us, sir. Done, sir.
Thank you, sir, for the amazing presentation. I
Yes,
would
sir.
request session to ask questions if any.
So Ninad, have you did this survey for any specific location?
Yes, sir. In that we have the analysis from a Pune sectors only. We have we have get the data and analyze the all over the whole data till 2K23 May. The data represents on 2023 May.
Okay.
Yes,
So,
sir.
like, have you used any kind of data validation tools like SPSS? Have you
Currently,
validated the data, whatever you have gathered, to what extent it's correct?
currently we have not used any data, sir. Validation. So we are just working on it, sir. We have just study the all over the data and get we are study the data that we have get from.
Okay, okay. Fine, thank you. If you will be keeping any like graphical presentation of results, that will be easy for us to understand.
Yes, sir.
Because whatever numerical figure you have given in terms of age and educational qualification, if you plot a graph accordingly, that will be easier for us to understand.
Yes, sir. We are working on it.
Fine, fine. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Are there any more presenters available in the call right now? Paper ID 101 and paper ID 64, are they available right now?
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, Nilet this side, paper ID 101.
101.
Can I present my presentation?
Yes, sir, you can present.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for giving chance. Yeah. That is a full screen. One second, sir.
So I just coordinate with paper ID number 64. So very soon he will be in our own group.
Okay.
So in the meanwhile, paper ID 101, please proceed.
Okay.
Okay. Good morning, good afternoon, panel. Myself, Nilesh. So today's my topic of presentation is a novel method for detecting faults in power system using machine learning. So my today's presentation carries the following points, that is abstraction, introduction, literature survey, research methodology, results, and discussion.
Nilesh, I
So
request you please come to the methodology directly so that we can understand your paper as well as your work.
Okay. Yes. Change का होता है. Okay. Okay. एक होते हैं. एक होते हैं. हाँ, okay. Okay. So, sir, I'll conclude in short. So, as such, there are certain techniques or certain algorithms in machine learning by which we can protect the our data. And in our this methodology, we have taken like by city, we can directly give our data to protected relay, and by VT, our data is also given to the protected relay. And here the data is protected by the certain algorithms like KNN algorithm of machine learning or blockchain technology, and the grid algorithms. So in here the data is protected, and the data is made into the end-to-end encryption form, and the more transparency and more verifiable data is obtained in the CB, and here we can take the output.
Nilesh, just wanted to ask you, as in your methodology, you have shown this architecture.
Yes, sir.
Where you have involved machine learning in this, where the role of machine learning comes into the picture.
Okay, sir. So as such, all the research we have done is based on the machine learning techniques. Like for the protecting our data or make our data more transparent, or decentralize our unit, the uh, machine learning is the best technology we can use. And for this, you can see as such this block diagram consists of the machine learning only. This is the part of the machine learning algorithm for our research purpose.
Can you get into the result section?
Yes, I'm going. So as such, I am trying to share my screen, but I think my device is
Nilesh,
not working.
I,
Give me
I
some time, sir.
I thoroughly saw your paper. There is no result analysis in your paper. There is no result related data in your paper. So that is why I believe you are unable to produce it. Right?
Sir, the data is there. Give me some time,
No?
sir. Please,
Okay.
me.
Dr. William, there is no data in paper. So
Sorry,
Nilesh,
sir.
it's
Actually,
fine.
there is some technical problem in my
Nilesh, it's
presentation,
fine
so that
if
because
there
of
is
it, I
no
can.
data in your paper, so there is no harm at all. It is a learning process where you can learn something from us, right? So I request William sir, please, if you have any question to ask with Nilesh.
Nilesh, what I can tell here is, as even your methodology section is not clear. As you are using the default line systems, and that too in collaboration with machine learning algorithms. So the kind of thought what you have given to get into interdisciplinary research, into AI technologies, and that too into electrical segment. So that is something highly appreciable. But what I see is nothing much work you did on those lines, because you are not able to show the results and discussions. And moreover, as Pradeep Verma sir also said, that he have gone through your paper and there was nothing mentioned. So anyway, no problem. Make it a proper literature survey paper, and keep some parameters, on which you can work further. Thank you.
Yes, definitely, sir. Pardon me for that. As such, it was my first presentation and first paper, but I'll definitely improve my skills and work on this and present very well. Thank you, sir. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to call the presenter with paper ID 64.
He will join within a 2 or 3 minutes. Just wait at max 5 minutes for him.
Okay.
Sure, sir.
Yes, sir.
He's coming, sir. Did you had a word with him?
Yes.
Okay, fine. We'll wait.
Okay, right.
Sure, sir. So
Yes, Mr. Parminder is with us.
Good afternoon, sir. ID is 64, and your paper title is Design and Development of Exploratory Model of AI for Addressing CO2 Emissions for Sustainable Future. So you may present.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
I am audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir,
Yes,
you're
sir.
audible. You may proceed.
Okay, sir. Sir, let me share my screen. Hello.
Yes, sir, your screen is visible.
Sir, actually, my title is Design and Development of Exploratory Model in AI for Addressing CO2 Emission for Sustainable Future. Sir, I'm excited to share our research of the design and development exploratory. My title is Sustainable Future. That is our aim is to to shed the light on the crucial intersection of artificial intelligence and sustainable environmental practices. So let us aware about how much CO2 emissions are are producing in the environment. So we have to need it. We have to need it uh, how to reduce the CO2 emissions. So in this research paper, my abstract is to I am using here machine learning algorithm ANN. In this ANN, I am using the multi-layer, uh, multi multi-layer MLP so that we can we can best predict how much CO2 emissions are producing in environment on the basis of previous data. On the basis of previous data. So through Kaggle, I have used my I used my previous data. So it is the proposed framework. In through Kaggle, I have used my data, and in this research framework, I have used the following steps. Number one is data collection. So first, in data collection, I have collected the data set from the Kaggle, and after cleaning process.
Mr. Pravinder, as you said, you collect your data from Kaggle itself. I just
Yes,
request
sir.
you please come to your methodology and your work so that we can know about your paper better way.
Okay, so sir, research methodology is first of all, I have I have cleaned my data, and in this data there are important fields like population, like density, and carbon dioxide emissions for previous years, so that EDA I trained my model by using MLP ANN, which is the part of ANN. And after this model preparation, my model will give the best result other than the old algorithms used in earlier. And in this feature engineering, there are four very important very important fields like population, density, and 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 carbon dioxide emissions, etc. In this model, I have used multi-layer multi-layer perceptron model, which is the part of ANN, which it used two algorithms. First is multiple labels, which are it works like a brain, and it use multiple neurons, and multiple neurons have multiple inputs with multiple weights, and then it calculated the average sum is calculated, and this is in this second algorithm, in the second equation, I use the activation function, tan h activation function. I use tan h activation function, and then the final result is produced. This is the better algorithm, and this is the proposed algorithm, because in this algorithm, I am using the proposed algorithm in the better way. It use the complex equation in simplex way, and this is the exploratory data analysis. It is very useful for the model, so that model will train itself by using the past CO2 emissions. And this is the data visualization in this graph. It shows the 10 topmost countries which produce the carbon dioxide emissions. So you can see here, United States is the topmost country where the carbon dioxide is emitting very much high. And in the
Sir,
10th position,
I
there
can
is
also see the
Ukraine.
clear-cut difference with the image. At top, you mentioning 2012 to 22, and in bottom, you just talk about 2012 to 20. So there is a 2 years gap in it.
Sir,
And these are seems like images.
It is typing mistake, sir. It is in top, there is 2012 to 2020. It is typing mistake. And here you can see here the table for carbon dioxide emission over time at for India. In hundreds of years, you can see here in year 1900, the carbon dioxide emission in tons 2500, and which use the space, which use the percentage in overall world emission is 0.01, and it increased in 2020. That is very much high, so we must need to reduce. Is in future we can use a model for reducing the carbon dioxide emissions.
I clearly saw one heat map in your paper. Can you please give me the significance of this heat map in your as well as your
Heat map after categorical country name is the categorical. I have using the one hot encoding for this country name to use it a categorical way, like country code. I'm allotting the a code for particular country, and this country how much emissions is producing. The heat map is showing how much emission, that there is a relation between CO2 emission and country name.
I'm so sorry for disturbing in the middle, sir, but we have fixed time. You just have 2 minutes left, so please bind up fast.
All right, sir. This is the conclusion for the better way. This in my proposed research algorithm is producing the better result than earlier, because it used the complex, it used the all most very important fields, and do the complex algorithm, complex problem in simplex way. by using two equations which I mentioned in earlier.
Sorry to say, Mr. Parvinder, but there is no comparative analysis in your paper, not in your PPT as well as in your original paper. So how you can claim that your result is better than earlier one?
Sir, actually, in earlier, they are using so much less data, and they are not giving the appropriate result.
No, again, can you prove this statement with some kind of statistics? Parminder sir, whatever you said in your base paper might be the result was not good. I do agree, but can you highlight any kind of comparative analysis? Any kind of comparative analysis?
No, sir. Actually, I have read these comparative analysis, but in this research paper, I didn't mention it, no.
Okay, you didn't mention it. So, what algorithms you have used?
Sir, actually, I have used the algorithm MLP ENN, which is the part of ENN, and this algorithm works like a brain, and it has two equations. First is first and second, and first is the equation. In this equation, there are multiple neurons, and which are having keywords, which are fields like as input and with their respective weights. And after this calculation, I have summation of these sum these weights and multiply these weights and summation, and then I have using the second equation by using the bias of, if bias are also using, because if all the inputs are having the zero values, and there is a standard value for bias.
Am I audible, Parminder sir?
And this is also is execute multiplied by the activation functions.
Am I audible, sir? Hello.
And I also use in Python, Jupyter, and
Yes,
the
sir,
web
you're audible,
propagation
but
also,
I think not able
so that to produce a better result.
Okay. Am I audible, Parminder sir? Are you
Yes,
able
sir.
to listen me?
Yes, sir.
Sir, like as you are saying that your current model, whatever you have developed, that is efficient one, right?
Yes, sir.
So on what parameters you are saying it as a efficient in terms of time capacity, or it's energy efficient?
No, sir.
Error rate. Have you kept any parameter for this?
Sir, I have used the population and density, and after calculation, I got the result, and after I got the result. I resend back to the this result to the web by using the web propagation formula. So I am getting the actually result is about 99%.
Okay, thank you.
And this is the better prediction. I have read in earlier papers. Then this in these papers I have used the better result.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for this amazing presentation. So there's no one left for more presentations. So I would like to thank all session chairs, Dr. P. Vinayam sir and Dr. Pradeep Verma sir for their wisdom and kind presence. And I would like to thank everyone for joining this session and patiently cooperating for being such a wonderful audience. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Pradeep sir. Sir, just wanted to ask you, like, what about this judgment sheet? Like, you will be taking care of, or how it is? Okay. Fine, thank you.
Sir, I guess he's not able to listen you, but I will tell him that he will contact you and we will let you know.
I'll discuss with Pradeep, sir. Thank you.
We'll let you know.
Shall I leave the meeting?
Yes, sir, you can leave.
Sir.
Thank
Okay,
you so much, sir.
thank you.
Thank you, sir.